Chilling tales for dark nights.
Want to make sure you never miss a Chilling Tales for Dark Nights video again? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications.
So I'm gonna tell you about when I moved into a haunted house. This back I came into some money. After my auntie passed away, man, Auntie Martha. She had a real long battle with cancer and everything, man. You know how that go, man. It's brutal, man. And I was her favorite nephew, so she left me a little extra up on her will, right? Now at the time I was living with my little girl, man. We call her name was Tara. We had this little beat up little shit, man. We had a little shack, man. It wasn't even a part. It was a shack, man. It's a little one bedroom, and we in the hood, but not the hood. We in the hood. We in the hood of the hood. So we wasn't doing too good, man. So when this money came, it was more than a blessing, man. It was like a whole new chance for us, man. So we decided to go look at actually buying us a house or whatever. Ain't nobody from the neighborhood, went out and bought no house, man. That just didn't really happen. You just stayed, where your parents live, and that was it, man. You might move around the corner or something, but you don't go and buy you a house. That's some next level stuff, man. So we looked at a whole bunch of houses, and we saw one that we both liked. It was this big old 2-story house, man. The lady said it was a late Victorian era house, and with cream color siding, and green shutters and stuff, and that big old wraparound front porch and stuff. And then it had a second floor, it had a big balcony on it. I was like, bro, I'm gonna go out there, and go out there and sleep, man. Go out there and get my sleep on, boy. I can sleep up on the balcony. I ain't gotta worry about nothing, you know what I'm saying? That mother look good, boy. Now, it was on the west side of the city, which was close to both our JOBs, and the price was just right. So we talked to the realtor lady. As soon as the house was ours, me and Tyra, man, we started moving right in. Now, while we moving our stuff, this man came by walking his dog. And, I wasn't really paying much attention, man. When you move in the hood, you be trying to move at night and move on the low and stuff like that, because you don't want folk to know what you got, man. And it's this guy, I'm going to tell y'all about him, man. His name Mr. Kick, though. I ain't going to tell you about Mr. Kick, though, right now. But Mr. Kick, though, when you moving your stuff in, he's sitting there eating some sunflower seeds, and he just taking in everything you get. So, I ain't gonna tell you about it now, but tell you about him. Just go, but I ain't gonna do it right now. But y'all gonna learn about Mr. Kick Dough, man. Some of y'all already know who Mr. Kick Dough is, probably. Every city, every hood got a Mr. Kick Dough. So anyway, we moving the stuff in, man, just carefree, because it's a nice neighborhood and all that. So the man come by walking his dog, and he looked at us in the U-Haul and all that. Then he looked up at the house. He said, "You two moving into that house?" And I was like, yeah, we is, man. And the man looked back at the house and said, "Ooh, good luck, boy, because you sure gonna need it." I'm like, "Sure gonna need it?" I'm like, "Man, what you mean by so gonna need it? What you trying to say?" Me, I'm ready to square up, man. So I'm thinking he's saying like, I'm finna try y'all. Or I'm finna take y'all stuff or something, man. So, I dropped the box that was in my hand. I get ready to start squaring up, man. I don't play that, bro. Man, look, you better watch what you say to me, boy. I'm trying to tell you, man. Man, I remember back in back in the day, man, when cell phones was, like smartphones and stuff was starting to get hot and folks started snatching folk phone, if somebody came up to me and like, hey man, you know what time it is? Them fighting words. Shoot. You alright? Cause he trying to get me to take my phone out and tell him what time it is so he can see what kind of phone I got. Bro, I don't play that, man. Straight up, so you better go on somewhere with that. So me, I'm just ready. I'm just always ready to go, man. That's my downfall, boy. I'm just always ready to go. I can't help it. Especially if folk walking up talking about some good luck, you gonna need it. So he just shook his head and kind of put his hands out like, like calm down or whatever. And he said, no, that's old Muggsy Morgan's house you moving into. And ain't nobody been able to stay in that house for more than a few months. I thought every real estate agency in the city had given up trying to sell this property. And so I'm talking about something. I'm like, Muggsy Morgan. Like, what are you talking about, man? I ain't never heard of that. That's some rapper or something. I'm thinking that's like one of them old school rappers or something, He said, so he get to looking at me like I'm crazy, man. He said, well, look, Muggsy Morgan, he long gone now, but back in the days of Prohibition, he was one of the most powerful mobsters this side of the Mississippi. And this the story he told me, man. When an old guy tell you like this side of the Mississippi, you already know he getting ready to tell you a big old made up extra story, man. So I just said, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and hear this dang story out. Now, Michael Muggsy Morgan was the top boss of the city's Irish Mafia. He and the Morgan gang controlled the entire west side. By the year 1920, it was all theirs. East side was controlled by the Italian Mafia's Falcone gang, led by Rocco Falcone. Now, throughout the 1920s, the Morgans and the Falcone gangs had, one of them ongoing on and off feuds, trying to be in control of the entire city. Now, Muggsy Morgan ran his gang out of his own house, which led to his downfall. Now, in 1929, while having a meeting, members of the Falcone gang broke in and massacred the entire Morgan gang, including Mr. Muggsy himself. And just like that, Rocco Falcone and his gangs were the top dogs in the city, but old Rocco's grip on the city was short-lived. In 1931, his partners double-crossed him, and Rocco wound up sleeping with the fishes. You know what that means, man. I ain't gotta explain all that to you, but now after he was finished, the man said, if I were you, I'd start looking for another place to live. That place, as far as I know, is still haunted by Muggsy's ghosts, as well as members of his gang. And with that, he walked off with his dog, and that was it, man. So I'm like, it really ain't even finished his sentence, man. So now I'm upset, man, because I'm kind of like, well, I'm mad at the real estate lady because she ain't tell me none of that. But then I'm kind of like, I understand why she didn't tell me that because it's stupid. Like, what a gangster ghost got time to come haunt me for? What a gangster ghost won't even haunt anybody for, man? Ghosts usually be like little girls that got killed wrongfully. Now she trying to tell a story, Like, ghosts ain't no gangster that was so gangster that now he coming back to gangster because the ghost can't hurt you, right? So what he gonna do? Like, just come up and lie? See, like, ain't nobody scared of you, man. You better go somewhere. Look, I done seen some real gangsters, man. So I ain't scared of no 1920-something big top hat wearing gangster, man. Tommy gun gangster. When I done seen AK-47 and Uzi gangsters, you know what I'm saying? So, you don't know where I just moved from, boy. If all I got to deal with is old school Penguin Al Capone gangster, I can deal with that. I'd rather deal with that than deal with old Pookie now, boy. Pookie them pretty much ran me. I'm glad I got this money because Pookie them was gonna get me, boy. So, I'm cool, man. I ain't sweating. You know, I don't believe up in ghosts. And if I did, I really, don't believe in them. I ain't never seen one. I feel like if ghosts were real, I'd be the seen one by now. So, you know what I'm saying? So after he was finished, and he walked away and all that stuff, man, I got back to moving, but I realized my girl was standing there looking crazy. So I'm like, hey, what's wrong? And she telling me, that the house she grew up in and her grandmama house was haunted. She, baby, maybe we shouldn't move in. I mean, I heard of Muggsy Morgan before, and all that stuff that man said did actually happen. And now I'm just like, I'm blowing her off because my girl's scary anyway, man. She always scared of something, always. So it's like at this point, it don't even mean nothing to see her scared, man. So I tell her, don't worry, we'll be fine. But boy, I should have listened. The fact that I'm telling you this story is telling you that, I saw the ghost, right? Because I wouldn't be telling you this story if I didn't see a ghost. So I'm just gonna tell you now. I should have listened to her. Now, I just told her, look, everything gonna be fine, and just because her childhood home and her grandma's house was haunted, didn't mean that this one would be. And of course, man, the thing is, if her grandma's house was haunted, it's because her grandma and them so dang evil, boy. Her family got the most evil women you ever seen, boy. Her grandma was so evil and dirty, boy. Now she had one of them grandmas, and y'all know some of y'all got the same grandma. So don't even cap. Some of y'all got the same grandma who be over there kicking it with somebody, laughing it up and hollering and screaming and just laugh. That laughing that women do that you can hear all the way down the street. And then that stuff they do when one get ready to leave and they just be at the door and never leave and just keep saying bye and then start up another 45-minute conversation. That's her. As soon as they be gone, talk about them like a dog. Soon as before the door finish shutting, before they done made it down the steps, they talking about it. You know what I'm saying? She one of them ladies, boy. Yeah, so if a ghost was up in there, that's the mean spirit of her demonic grandmama, man. So anyway, the first time things started happening was that same day. Now, while Tyra up in the kitchen putting stuff away, I was up in the master bedroom putting away our clothes. I had just opened a box of my shirts and stuff, and I had to use the bathroom. Now, I was gone for a minute, but when I came back, I saw the box of shirts was gone, man. Even in the bathroom, I could still hear Tyra putting stuff away in the kitchen downstairs. So I looked all over till I found them in the hallway closet. Now me, I'm just my mind jacked up, man. But I was tired, so I just picked up the box and took it back to the room. Cause women always touching stuff, man. Like I don't know why women think they just gotta touch everything. Like you could be sitting there watching TV, and your girl will come in and she'll just take the remote and put it on the kitchen table or something. And take your cup you're drinking out of, still got juice and stuff in it, and take your cup and just go pour it out in the sink, man. Just how women do, man. Oh, I don't know why. At this point, I don't even say nothing about it no more. So I picked the box up and took it back to the bedroom. Now, just while I'm putting the last shirt away, I heard Tara scream, man. So I ran downstairs and asked, "What wrong, baby?" And she crying and stuff. She was, "I saw a face." I said, "What?" "I saw a face." "What?" "I saw a face outside the window. It was like all pale and all ghost-like." Now thinking that the man I talked to earlier was stalking us, man. And I'm thinking this guy, that's who it had to be, him messing with us, man. I knew I should have took care of that man when he first came up on me. So I went and got that Smith & Wesson soda. I got one of them old school, boy, 44, man, Magnum. revolver I use, man, and, you know, and that's what I kept for my protection. You know what I'm saying? I like them revolvers because they never fail on you, boy. They don't jam up on you like them, you know, like them little cheap little pistols you be getting, man. You know, I gotta get me something that I know when I pull, it's gonna pull. When I pull, it's gonna push. You know what I'm saying? So so yeah, you know, and I got my paperwork too now. So you know, don't sleep on me now. You know, I got my paperwork now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't riding dirty. Like I'm riding dirty, but I ain't riding that dirty. You know. So well, I'm riding dirty. I ain't riding filthy. I put it like that. So I grabbed my little thing, man, and I went outside and I started looking around, man, but I ain't seen nobody. So I calmed her down. Shoot, excuse me, man. It's late, boy. So I calmed her down and I said, if that man or whoever it was came around here again, you already know what I'm gonna do. You ain't even gotta, you know, don't even cry, don't even worry about it, because, you know, matter of fact, I need to go find out which house is his. I'm gonna catch him walking that dog or something tomorrow. You know, don't worry, I'm gonna see him. Now for the next, you know, little several months, man, I ain't never, I ain't never see the guy again. And I'm like, every time I was home, I was looking, man. And I told her, be on the lookout. If you see him, you know, let me know. I was asking people, y'all, you know, and I just never saw the guy again, man. So for the next couple of months, so many spooky things happened around the house, man. Things went missing and turned up in odd places, man, and weird spots, man. I try to like cover it up. You know, I try to act like, you know, if I seen something spooky happen, I try to undo it, man, you know, and don't let her find out, because every time she found out, she have a dang panic attack. And then we started hearing creaking floorboards, moans, cold spots. Sometimes you always just see a figure in your dang peripheral, man. And then we turn around and the figure gone. And she always chalk it up to ghosts, but I always try to come up with something rational. You know, I'd be like, "Nah, babe, we just got a new house. We still settling, and the house still settling, and we got old pipes, and you know, the windows is drafty and stuff. And just your eyes playing tricks on you, man. You know, and that was until we witnessed something that could not be explained, man. It was one night, and Tyra, she had gone. Me and her went out to dinner with some of our folk now, and we went to see a movie with them afterwards. So, you know, it was real late when we got home, and when we opened the door and turned on the light, the whole house was different. The furniture was old, and the walls, which was like off-white, were now like this dark olive green type color. And we looked around, and to our right, we saw a red glow coming from under the door that led to the den. And we walked in the door and opened it, and then Tyra screamed, like scream, man. Like that girl was screaming. So around this table was these bloody, shot up bodies of these men in old style suits, man. Blood and brain pieces and juice was everywhere, man. I'm talking about juice was all over the place, man. And one of the men sat at the far side of the table, and he wore this brown suit with a green bow tie. And between me and Todd, we both knew that had to be Mr. Double M himself, man. Now, just then, he turned his head and opened his mouth to speak, but all that came out was just gurgling blood type sound. And just then, the scene just vanished, and the house turned right back to the way it was before we left. Now, we got up out of there and went to a motel, and we eventually moved into this another house, man, like this new built house in the subdivision. And just recently, I saw that the Morgan house is up for sale again, and the price is, like cut in half, man. I should have known something was up, because that thing was too cheap in the first place. So, I should have already knew, man. And I wonder how long it'll be before the realtors decide to give up on that thing, man. and just let the city demolish it, bro. It ain't even worth it at this point, man. They need to let that mug go, man. So anyway, if I know all you creepy, spooky weirdos out there looking for a nice home to live in, I got the perfect place for you. Right on 666 Crip Lane. The house of notorious gangster Mr. Double M himself. And you can get it for cheap too. You know? So I know y'all ain't got no money. The corona done took everybody's money, boy. Shoot. Boy. I'm broker than a dropped glass, man.